Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WePlay Dota 2 League. It's time to continue Phase 2. It's going to be the Alliance versus
Speed Gaming, aka Kaipi, Sama, Sing Sing, and the crew in action.
Yeah, not Kaipi, not Rattlesnake Inn, Speed Gaming. They'll be fast, they'll be furious, and there will be no mercy for Alliance and friends.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Admiral Bulldog, a few weeks ago, he was studying Sama.
Okay.
Watching their matches, interacting with the Twitch chat, letting everyone know that he, if anyone could figure out how to slay a god, it would have to be somebody who studied him thoroughly. So he's been watching, Admiral Bulldog's been watching, trying to learn all of Sama's new tricks, and well, he's had a few days off. Let's see what Eternal Envy has prepared. To start this draft, Alliance banned out the Troll, the Elder Titan, Speed Gaming, oh boy, what a name there, banned out the Lifestealer and the Wisp. And with the first pick, Alliance goes Bat, Speed Gaming, Naga Weaver, then Alliance OD, and now we enter the second phase of the ban.
I just can't help thinking of Speed Racer. Like, that's whenever I see this team name.
Can we just be honest?
Go Speed.
Can we just be honest?
That's going to become their theme song. Whenever they win a game, we need to play that.
This name is just atrocious. Like, that is just a bad name for a team.
Look, if they go with the Speed Racing theme, I think it could work.
I think it's one of those
things. That's the only way.
You know how people, like Americans in particular, any English-speaking country will get tattoos of, like, Chinese characters on their arms and think it looks badass?
Yeah.
This is, like, the reverse, where someone from China is like, oh, Speed Gaming, that sounds really cool. But if you speak English, and your sort of primary language is English, you're like, that's a really stupid name.
You did not watch Speed Racer growing up, evidently.
Speed Racer was cool for,
still is cool.
7 or 8.
That made an awesome movie too. That was one of those, like, the few kind of like cartoon remakes of the movies which I enjoy. I thought it was really good.
We'll have to watch it sometime.
Okay.
You, me, and a tub of popcorn, because I already got mine for this match.
A bottle of whiskey with mine.
I definitely have my popcorn for this match.
Oh yeah, we've got our.
This is going to be good.
Our Twitch chat up. Hopefully, everyone watching on the stream has their Twitch chat up. Where we're making sure to not enter potato mode today.
Yeah, this is one of the few matches where I had to make sure to tell our producer Kawa to give me Twitch chat in the preview monitor.
Yep.
I need my Twitch chat for this match, gods.
Yeah, I'm not even casting the game. My screen is entirely Twitch chat.
Actually, while we're casting, quite frequently, gods will just alt-tab to Twitch chat, and as soon as, like, I'll see it out of my corner of my eye, and I'm like, alright, gods is not going to listen to anything I say for the next, like, 30 seconds, so here goes.
Reserve time.
Anyway, draft will...
That's where you put all your shots fired at me.
Yeah.
When you know I'm not listening.
So with all that being said, the draft is well underway now, and at least the bans are. Razor gets removed by Alliance. Bane as well. Good hero against a Batrider initiation in general, and just kind of an annoying setup hero. We have seen them speed on occasion. I believe use like that Mirana Bane combo as well. So
yes, yeah, they like the Mirana.
I guess they already have Naga though. So
they'll often run Eternal Envy as a safe lane Weaver and go for offensive trial lanes as well. So there's a number of different ways that Speed Gaming could look to play this. I definitely look towards either Kunk or Mirana picked up in some context, I feel. And offensive trialing with you put your Bone 7 Mirana with a Naga Siren +1 support could be a really strong way to do that.
With that being said, still taking their time with Speed Gaming. Bonus time, is it gone? Or am I just not seeing it because they haven't...
They're on their bonus time? Speed are on their bonus time now. They're running it down.
Yeah, they're really running it down to the wire here. It's still fairly early in the draft.
They banned Visage, so they decide they could have actually picked that themselves because they get the ban and then the pick right after. So
also Visage, ignored through the first. I mean, he's still Visage. Like to me, he's still top 4 pick worthy for sure.
Yep. Well, Speed Gaming, or they don't even know what they want to pick yet. Okay, they go Mirana. So it will be your Bone 7 Mirana. It looks like in the off lane.
Turn to pick.
Mirana the choice, yeah. The Bane gets banned, they go for it anyway. So this is still a very good combo. You can, as gods ignores me to read Twitch chat.
It's a good combo.
Yeah, you can song.
Look, I can read and listen at the same time.
Oh, see, you heard the last 2 words, but you didn't even know what I was talking about. You just repeated whatever I said.
Look, Naga Mirana, it's a good combo.
Yeah, now that you've looked at it and had a chance to think about it,
you've
done some detective work.
That took no thinking at all, LD.
You did some detective work to figure out what I just said.
5 seconds remaining.
Alliance not working on their 3rd pick for this draft. They have really strong lanes. They are a little bit inactive through the first 10 minutes though, with Batrider as well as OD. They don't have anyone who can move around and set up kills until the back gets a blink, so We'll have to see, and I guess the big question is this an S4 OD? Because S4 does not normally play heroes like OD. We normally see him on a tempo controller, a Puck, a Bat Rider, back in the day a Magnus, sometimes even the Troll or the Elder Titan, but...
I imagine it is. I imagine Alliance just want to maybe... I mean, something that Loda said in their documentary, which recently got released, is that they want to be versatile as a team. They often run and execute the same draft, like a similar draft every time, but that's because that's what they feel is like the best draft for the current metagame. But they still aim to be very versatile with their heroes and picks. They were the team who really brought Naga Siren into the metagame as a support. It was not really a top pick until TI3, and Alliance is like, hey, this hero is retardedly good. Let's pick it every game.
Well, it helps when you have EGM playing it. We have seen some disastrous Naga Siren play in the Ace League as of late.
Yes.
Songs being toggled on at exactly the wrong moment to get your team killed and to let the enemy team survive and turn fights around. So it's a strong hero, but it's one you have to know how to use properly. And Speed Gaming now working on their 4th pick of this draft. Lots of good damage, 3 fairly elusive and hard to kill heroes in their own ways. But right now, to me, their lineup just feels a bit gimmicky. It's not particularly solid. They don't really have reliable initiation. Unless you go for that max arrow build, in which case you hit like 90% of your arrows because you have to hit them if you max arrow first.
Maybe it's the Sing Sing Kunkka at mid lane. Then you have both Mirana Arrow as well as Kunkka Torrent both to follow up a Song of the Siren, and yeah, it's the Kunkka. So there's your Sing Sing hero for the mid lane. You get the he doesn't normally go for the early points in X, but it does act as a reliable initiation. Also a hero who matches up fairly well against OD mid. Assuming it is a mid OD, we could maybe even see Loda played in the carry role. Who knows?
Yeah, Loda normally is on more of those like aggressive, like can fight you head on heroes, or just the great split pushers. Yeah. OD doesn't really fit into either category, so we'll have to wait and see. That is still a matchup OD should have an edge in, but not an overwhelming one. And now Alliance go for an Abaddon, a great hero to counter the arrow net initiation.
Loda loves to play this as a carry hero.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice. Once it was in a big trolley game where they won. The other time was at Starladder when
that did not go well.
Disaster. Yeah. So I think the serious match against Navi matters more than the game where Bulldog went Aghanim
Scepter. Is this a lack of respect towards EE-sama? Is that what S4...
Look, I think it's...
Loda's actually drafting, which I just noticed now.
Okay. I think it's just something Alliance say is potentially viable. Maybe they want to try it again. I don't think you go CM Abaddon as your 2 supports, because neither of them really scale.
We saw that combo last game. It was useless, to be honest. It's just the Abaddon's a nice pick here, because if they do go for that kind of gimmicky net into an arrow, as long as the Abaddon doesn't get caught, he just shields whoever gets hit by the arrow, and they immediately run away. So it's a good defensive combo so far. Alliance, though, still a fairly clunky and immobile lineup. The one hero who's going to... like, this puts a lot of pressure on the Bat Rider to be super effective. And if he's anything less, they could be in for a lot of...
It's a Bulldog Bat as well, it looks like.
It looks like a Bulldog Bat.
Unless they go like a Nature's Prophet here and then run OD carry, which I guess is always possible.
I just feel it'd be very weird to see Alliance with S4 mid on OD, Bulldog Bat Rider, and then I mean, we've seen the Loda Batten, and we've seen Bulldog Bat, but just with this particular draft, this is a very unusual combination. And now, well, we might lose our voices because there's an Enigma. So
they love their greedy junglers.
That makes more sense.
Yep.
They'll go for the anti-mage.
Yeah, the CM Abaddon, we talked about that being like a weak support duo, but when you go for the super late game like carry and an anti-mage, well, that's where this is a kind of support duo you want. If you want to go for a more like early mid-game strat, probably not.
Yeah, if you want to go more early mid-game, you don't get the Abaddon. You get something else strong and aggressive with the Crystal Maiden that can set up kills. But for Speed Gaming now, they'll have the Kunkka versus OD matchup mid. I'd give S4 the slight edge there, at least. The Jungle Bat trading for the Jungle Enigma. I guess it could be an aggressive try-in from Speed, which is what we would sort of assume, but are they actually going to get kills on this lane against an Abaddon anti-mage? The only hero you can really kill there is the Crystal Maiden, but there's always the shield.
If they do that, it's more because they want to have those 1v1 matchups, which neither of them is that favorable. Weaver against Bat Rider maybe does okay for the Weaver if you go Magic Stick, and also Bulldog, obviously. Bat Rider not one of his 2 heroes that he actually plays.
So do you think they'll do like the Naga Mirana dual lane and just jungle the Enigma?
I think you kind of need to jungle the Enigma.
Yeah. I was thinking the other thing was he could go solo, but let's see. And on that note, guys, it's time for Game 1 of this best of 3. The winner moves on to face Team Empire, who, despite coming out of the gates a little bit slow today, did end up taking out Rock's Kiss 2-1. On the Dire side, it's Speed Gaming, EE-sama, He got the boot from No Tidehunter. They then became the Alliance, went on to win the International. Let's see what he can do here up against his old foes. Not for the first time, but you know he'll be out for blood. Eternal Envy on the Weaver. Bone 7. I imagine will be your off-lane Mirana. EE just looking to do a bit of warding. He did Sakuchi straight down to the bottom lane. Now we'll go back, heal his mana. That puts AUI 2000 onto the 4-position Enigma. A very, I'd say, a pretty greedy support player, sort of in that EGM mold, but sometimes even more so.
Oh, yeah.
Pylai die on your Naga Siren, and then last but not least, Sing Sing, bringer of crits on the Kunkka.
AUI loves to farm. Like, I think you hit it spot on. He really plays those greedy jungle heroes. Even when he's on like a Visage or something, he'll stack and pull for days. But we'll introduce our Radiant team. It is going to be your TI3 champions. It's the Alliance. Aki going to be handling the Crystal Maiden on support. Bulldog on an offlane Batrider, it looks like, going for a boots first. Loader on the carry anti-mage. S4 going to be playing the solo mid OD, the Outworld Devourer. And then finally EGM on an Abaddon. So a slightly different hero for him to be playing.
And he cannot be happy. I guarantee you EGM is already raging.
He bought wards. What is this shit?
He bought wards. He also pulled his carry. He's got nothing.
Oh my gosh. EGM is
Or did he buy the courier? He did. No, he pulled him. So he's really...
EGM.
This is a big outlier.
To quote EGM, never going to buy wards again. That's what it says on his Twitter. This guy...
is full of shit.
I remember once...
This guy is full of shit.
Yes, he's full of shit for starters. One time, like, it was... Aki wasn't there and I had to stand in for him. And, like, the guy they got to like, stand in for Aki was playing Chen or something, but was, like, playing, like, a standard Chen. Like, your Chen doesn't normally buy that many wards. Your 5 position does. But the way Alliance plays that, Aki buys those wards.
Yeah.
So.
EGM had a few words for him,
Yeah, he was complaining about that after that match. Like, man, I had to buy wards today. I wish Aki was here. Oh, so... EGM's a great guy. He's a really... Well, when he actually talks and takes his
He seems
hood
like
off.
he's just got no... Like, someone who has, like, not watched him for long, he's very quiet. He doesn't normally say much, but he's got a little feisty side to him if you spend some more time with him. So, on that note, the game will be unpaused, and we get into it. It's game 1 again of a best-of-3. Winner will face Empire. Winner of that, guaranteed top 4 in the WePlay Dota 2 League. Not quite TI3, but Alliance, they don't like to just win the big ones. They like to win all the tournaments. They'll find a Naga here. It's only a level 1 Astral.
There's no follow-up for that.
And there's just nothing. They could maybe Frostbite into a Flame Break, but that's really stretching.
Yeah, even if you get the Frostbite off, how do you actually get that kill? Because there's no slow or stunt to follow it up.
Then you've taken Flame Break on an off-lane Batrider and you just lose.
Oh, yeah.
They will try to at least spot the Enigma's movement and block his camp, but I imagine AUI should easily be able to deward these, since he knows that they came into his jungle and played.
Yeah, I guess the question is...
they're going to get it with 1. I don't think they... I don't know if they realize that they're going to get 2 for the price of 1, but they are.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go in and get both of them. Wow.
Pylai die pinged, so give him credit for the double deward.
Yeah, really nicely done.
Yeah, that's 6 cents.
And AUI didn't even pay for those sentries. Those were Pylai dies. He was just making sure he had them. So they'll use 1 sentry ward to deward both of these. They've got a sentry to deward the pull, although the pull's not going to really be coming into play here.
Yeah, they'll just have an extra sentry to show off to their
This is, like, best case scenario for Speed Gaming. They've got a free farm lane for Envy, Enigma uncontested jungle farm. Pylai die can pull and stack as a Naga Siren in the jungle. And then, well, I guess 1v1 Kunkka vs OD isn't that great, but I think it does well enough there.
Yeah, it's... I mean, I would still give the OD a bit of an edge, just because you... Oh, they're going in for a first blood. They've Riptide, so they can't really get this.
The other thing that's happening is Bone 7 blocking the pull with the arrow. He just shot the arrow over, and it doesn't spawn if you time that arrow well.
Yeah, this is the new arrow cooldown, because he actually shot one mid earlier to try and go for a first blood on S4. Then it cooled down in time to block the pull, so... Yep. Nicely done by him. The only thing is...
Oh, no, sorry. It wasn't the arrow. It was the Observe Ward. I'm getting completely mixed up here.
I think you can block it.
Yes, you can block with arrow.
We've seen him do that before.
Yeah.
Which I remember casting that game. I was like, wait, what is he doing? Because I had never seen it before. But it is very expensive, so not something you can rely on. Now, he's parked on the high ground, but S4 does have an Observer Ward here. Should have seen it coming. But it's one thing to know that Mirana's up there, and it's another thing not to get caught, which is entirely possible. In fact, right now, you know Sing Sing's thinking, if this torrent hits, it could be a kill the creep wave. Low, but not low enough. Even if S4 is not dying, this does mess with your rhythm a bit as a solo mid. So still CSing well, but that could change.
He wants to use that salve as early as possible. Arrow going to come in, cancel the salve for S4, so that's annoying. He's probably
going to... like about as annoying as you can be on an offlane Mirana.
S4's used all his regen, and I guess he can go Tranquil Boots, but he may get forced into going bottle here as a solo mid.
But ultimately, I mean, if you look at the bigger trades, I got to say, like, it still looks pretty decent for the Alliance. Bulldog's getting free farm in the jungle, getting his stacks off, not being contested. The pole camp is still blocked, though, I guess, which is the one big problem. And they don't have... Did they just not buy sentries, or did they misplace them?
I don't think they had sentries to begin.
Okay.
They had sentries, but they used those to block the Enigma jungle.
Oh, right. Those were sentries, not observers.
So I think they just accepted they may not have a pull camp. CM
It's a problem, because they have a Baden who's not getting any experience either.
CM can straight up jungle. What they're doing instead is the old NTH trick, which is just stack neutrals for days. Oh, meanwhile, mid lane, Bone 7.
With the double damager, EGM waves his sword angrily at him, but that's about where the aggression ends. So, yeah, I mean, overall, because they can't deward the pull and they have two supports not getting any experience at all unless they're leeching, you got to say it's a big advantage for Speed Gaming, actually.
It is an anti-mage draft, which is where having level 1 supports 3 minutes of the game, it's kind of like, well, they're stacking to help out the Batrider, who's, at this point, Batrider's going to matter more than the supports.
They're missing some stacks, though. Like, this camp did not get a stack off there. But yeah, it's the Batrider who should be having a very fast blink.
And now they are going to deward this pull. So EGM comes in, doesn't get the first sentry. We'll have to use another one for this. And question is, do they even put the sentry right? It looks like they may put it on the left side.
Yeah, if you put it, like, I think it's right here. Like, you can get...
Yes.
I think it covers all the spots, or pretty much all of them. But we'll see. He's carefully checking each spot first to make sure that he doesn't have to... That he does have to use two, and it looks like he's going to have to, so... Yeah, we'll see him drop the second one. And, oh, it's just out of range!
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. They just spent 400 gold on 4 useless sentry wards. That is a huge tax as two support heroes.
Well, they can come in and take some of this Bulldog experience. I mean, Bulldog needs far more than anything here at the mid lane. So.
Yeah, he'll still have level 6 pretty quickly. Or even giving him Aphotic Shield, which will help him clear out these camps. It should be like a 7-8 minute blink, probably.
Yep.
If he gets off some more stacks. But I do want to point out that Bone 7 earlier did block this camp from spawning, so might be a bit more delayed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And he just continues to be a pain in the ass mid.
The Mirana, yeah. He almost got a kill. He was like, by the Ancient, shot an arrow in when S4 was low enough to get the kill, but narrowly missed it. This is still a level 1 Mirana, though.
Also, EE did go for Midas, and he's had it for 70 seconds, so I think
they're going mid.
They're going in mid. The arrow is going to be completely off the mark.
Is under attack.
And S4 will be okay. So he's had it for 70 seconds. So he actually had this at 3.5 minutes, like fastest possible timing. Sent the recipe first, got the gloves from the side shop. Super greedy Midas, and they're running a jungle Enigma, and I gotta say, gods, I don't really feel like they're being punished at all.
Enigma level 6 at 4.5 minutes in. A great jungle farm coming out from AUI. He's
we need to learn with Ruby about this. We already got one for Chen, or Enchantress, I believe it was.
The Enigma jungle routine, and so far AUI has been perfect with that. He's gonna even stack this big neutral camp to kill it twice, so he'll get himself a ton of farm out of this.
You compare that to Bulldog, he's not quite at that pace, but I guess the question is, who's going to have the bigger impact coming out of the jungle? And it really could go either way. Obviously, Enigma, you can always just go push with him. You don't need to find kills, but potentially Bat could break this game open. I guess the issue is, who's he going to gank with? You have a level 2 Crystal Maiden with no boots. You have a level 2 Batten with no boots. You have an OD mid who doesn't do anything except farm. And you have an anti-mage. Like, I don't actually know if Bulldog can do anything when he gets a Blink Dagger except farm his 4-staff. To be honest.
The plan for Alliance is to do anti-magey things this game. This is the hero to watch out for them. This is what they're going to be falling back on. I mean, OD will be probably just looking towards a mech build and maybe into a 4-staff. He's not going to be going for sort of any sort of a carry late game play. And Batrider is just going to be looking to create space for anti-mage to get huge as fast as possible.
So, with that being said, I mean, who do you favor if they're not getting kills? Because you look at Speed Gaming, and they're getting way more experience on everyone except for that Mirana. The off-lane Mirana for Bone 7 is struggling, but that's really it.
Speed Gaming will have the edge for at least like the next... I mean, it favors them
30 minutes?
Yeah, for the next... Oh, I don't know about 30 minutes, but 25. I'd say the next 10 or so, like even 10 minutes as far as... once Antimage gets up his Battle Fury and can start applying pressure and actually counter-pushing lanes, that's where Alliance suddenly have their options.
And Loda is going naked Battle Fury. Broadswords up. Arrow once again just slightly off the mark.
If one of these hits, it's...
Now it's probably a kill. Although Sing Sing is
just torrent.
This torrent. Oh, S4 almost walks into it. Yeah. That was close. Normally, if you see him throw a torrent, you don't want to run back because that's normally where people put the torrent. But in that case, Sing Sing was trying to be next level, but S4 was next level. top tier 1 will fall. AUI 2000 already with the headdress up, working his way towards the mech. Eternal Envy might have seen a creep and rushing a Lincoln Sphere.
Not going for the Bassi. Normally you see like the safe lane carriers at least getting a Bassi to help these fast pushes, but he went. He, I guess, knew what he was going to be up against, an empty lane, so didn't want to waste any money. Like that 500 gold in a Bassi just slows down his Midas.
Bulldog is about to get his own Blink Dagger here. It's going to be around a 7-minute Blink without any tower gold, just pure jungle farm for him.
Yep.
It's pretty damn fast Blink. He is going it naked, although he does need one more last hit, but should be coming soon. S4 farming well mid. It's a very slow and passive game, and, well, so far, you got to have a big edge to speed gaming. Gold and experience, pretty much as we expected just from looking at how the lanes were developing. But Battle Fury Anti-Mage, like you said, you're all running an OD mid as well. I mean, if this does go late, they have a very strong kill for lineup.
Yeah, our Anti-Mage has gone straight Broadsword Claymore. He hasn't even bothered to pick up a Ring of Health with this empty lane.
They actually could kill him. Like if they get the initiation off, they have X Torrent, Arrow, Net. They have plenty of heroes that can lock an Anti-Mage down. But I think this is also just Loda knowing Eternal Envy and knowing his team style, which is sit back, farm, and just try and outgreed your opponents.
I fully agree. I think Alliance were prepared to play a game like this, and they also just have so much faith in their late-game decision-making, which I think is saying Alliance have proved time and time again they're unmatched in. Something the Chinese were known for, Alliance saying, no, we're better at you than that, and they've proven so many times that their late-game decision-making is just unparalleled.
Played DK at TI3, took it late with a PL against... well, actually, was that the one game they lost where Birdie played it? I know they took it late every game and they ended up winning. They're going to go in mid, though, on Sing Sing, and they should be able to bring him down with the lasso. First blood. Give it to Admiral Bulldog. I didn't think they'd be able to get a kill, but, you know.
The Blink Dagger
proved me wrong.
Yeah, coming in. That's what, I mean, CM was pretty under-leveled, but as long as you've got both the Nova as well as Frostbite...
Still have the nukes.
Yeah, you've got the nukes and you've got the lockdown plus a slow. So even if your damage output isn't that great, you've got a slow with a Frostbite combined with a lasso, Flame Break. They've just got so much actual disable that they'd more than enough time to kill Kunkka there.
And getting that kill really turned things around as far as experience goes. All of a sudden, it's the Mirana who's by far the lowest level. And in fact, that Naga Siren that was way ahead, all of a sudden, you see a Crystal Maiden who's hit level 4 off of that kill. Ake has his boots, can work towards his next item, and you're Abaddon for EGM, not far off of level 5. One kill really making a big difference. They also have been able to start getting their pulls off since, at long last, that pesky Observer Ward did expire.
Yeah, Alliance are definitely going to be checking this replay short, probably even like before the next game starts. Someone's like, I'm downloading this replay and seeing exactly where they put that Observer Ward. Because, hey, if Kaipi have a similar draft in Game 2 and they do the same little trick with the Weaver, you can know exactly where he probably put the Observer Ward.
Bulldog picking up another smoke and heading towards the middle lane. Speed Gaming hanging back 3 heroes in position. It is nighttime right now. You could see an arrow fly from Bone 7. He's walking closer. He'll reveal himself. Not actually going to go for a kill here. Meanwhile, EE trying to put a bit of pressure on this top tower. He's rushing the Lincoln Sphere. Already has the Perseverance out. Still needs the Ultimate Orb as well as the Recipe, but could have like a 15-minute Midas Lincoln at the rate he's going, which is pretty impressive. At the same time, Loda has a 10-minute Battle Fury.
This is where I wish we had like K-Poptosis, because I would say this is possibly the fastest Battle Fury ever on an Anti-Mage.
Sing Sing getting caught out, but there is a Song of the Siren allowing them to disengage. He's on the run. He could turn around with a boat here. The arrow flies in. Is going to connect on Ake. Now the torrent as well. Ake's going to melt. He's not dead, though. Lives with 19 HP. Twilight Eye standing strong. In comes AUI 2000. Malefice onto S4. He'll take down to some additional stuns, but can they actually kill him? Where's that black hole? AUI 2000 puts an exclamation point on it and channels it for good measure. Even after the hero's fallen, Eternal Envy still pushing the top lane.
That was no faith in the Sing Sing torrent there. He's like, we've got to use this black hole to ensure the kill, but it wasn't actually needed.
Sing Sing.
Yeah. Sing Sing.
Are they going to go Roche? No, they're going bottom.
They probably could fairly soon if they get some Eidolons, but they are going to go bottom for now. Weaver is going to get a tier 2 tower alone, and that's going to accelerate their Lincolns. We talk about one of the fastest Battle Furies you'll ever see on an Anti-Mage. 10 minutes, like 15 seconds. Weaver is going to have one of the fastest Lincoln Spheres we've ever seen as well.
I said 15 minutes, but with the tower kill, I mean, he could have it like 14 minutes even.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, the only way Anti-Mage could go faster Battle Fury is with like a kill or a tower as well.
Yeah, I don't think Loda, he's at like 8 CS a minute. He's barely, he maybe missed 1 or 2 creeps, but that's about it.
It's been flawless. This is like a clinic in how to
farm. Should have gone for that CTY build, I guess, and got the Midas first. Just to get some more levels on your Anti-Mage. I don't know.
He's level 9, so he's been having solo experience the whole game, so...
We'll go into the jungle now. It is spotted out by an Observer Ward of Speed Gaming, but I don't know if they care. I think they'll just be content. Take the tier 1s, keep on applying pressure. And I like what they've done. They leave Eternal Envy top, but well, actually they are going to pressure him, but too late. But they send 4 bottoms so that if Alliance want to go after Envy, they really sack this tower. And if they come defend bottom, then Envy gets to push the hell out of that lane. And already the recipe out. So he'll have his Linken's from the side shop. 13.5, 14 minutes should be.
So greedy. But they get tower gold, he's got his minus up, and that's pretty much his Linken's right there.
This Western Dota is way more Chinese
this is
than
like
anything DK could ever hope to muster.
This is like LGD China versus DK from a year or 2 ago. This is exactly
Even
what
they
you
weren't
get.
this greedy. Nobody was rushing a straight Midas with recipe first, no items on your hero.
They wouldn't get maybe this greedy, but they would definitely be like this
Farming
level of focus on farming.
We're going to see Bulldog scouting out Sing Sing. It was a smoke gank from Speed Gaming. They will retreat out, and now AUI back into the jungle. Already up to 1,600 gold. Not quite as farmed as his teammate. But
there's a lot to go through that black hole with both Batrider as well as the Anti-Mage ultimate, so he's going to be pretty careful.
What a game, gods. 2 kills, 13 minutes in. We just came out of the bloodbath that was Empire versus Rock's Kiss. I feel like I can't even get the blood out of my clothes. We had one team fight that went like 5 minutes in the top lane. Possibly 20 deaths over that space of time. And in this game, we might not have 20 deaths this entire game, even if it goes an hour.
Let alone, let's say, this entire series, if these 2 teams are going to keep at it like this. That one, like, 5 minutes bank could have more kills than this series combined between all 3 games.
And Eternal Envy has actually done even better than I predicted. I said at best 13.5 minutes. He's done it in 13:22. What a show-off.
That is just a scary amount of farm.
Ultimately, the fundamental question is, sure, they're getting a lot more than Alliances right now, but are they getting enough? Because late game, OD, Anti-Mage with a really fast Battle Fury and a Batrider. Does Speed Gaming take this if it just is a farm war late? Like,
OD not farming, I guess, fantastic. And I guess, yeah, but Batrider is going to cause a lot of problems. For Speed Gaming, they've executed this Naga Siren Kunkka / Mirana combo so many times. That's where they're going to look to shine, which is sort of in these, I would say, mid-game team fights, once they decide Weaver's going to come get involved. But that may not be until the Desolator's up. If Speed Gaming want to get even more greedy, which I have a feeling they do, it's Speed Gaming. It's the ex-Kaipi. They love to play this farm.
What a misnomer their name is. Yeah. This is Sloth Gaming.
Oh. If they want to do that, like, I think the ultimate greed they could do is wait till they have the Desolator on Weaver. But it looks like Envy may show up here in the middle lane.
He is going to walk in under cover of Sakuchi, drops the Swarm, and eats an Astral. Won't actually be Astral. Yep. Now the push commences mid. They have the mech. AUI 2,000 up to 2,000 gold. He could go Blink, or he could go straight for, I don't know, a Linken's, a BKB. There's Mana Void and there's Lasso, so I'm not sure that BKB will be that effective this game, but we will see. And now, this game was getting too intense. We get a pause so we can cool down.
It's a Kaipi game. There's got to be a pause. Otherwise, it's not an official Kaipi game.
The only teams that pause more than Kaipi are the teams in Ace, because we get a pause at the start of every single game. Without fail.
Well, Lodem going to get himself a tier 1 bottom tower, maybe. Envy's there.
But it's a tier 1 mid that's going to fall as well. Envy unable to get to the deny against his former teammate. And now mid lane, the tower under siege by Eidolon. Sing Sing throwing out the crit. Bulldog looking to jump in now, but cannot actually blink. No, he can. He just doesn't want to. The cleaves keep on coming. The song's there for the tower, but they're not going for the tower. They want these kills. The torrent comes in. Where's that black hole? Once again, it's there. The banish. He cancels the black hole. Now the banish. Well, is it going to matter? Bulldog on the run. Bulldog getting blown up, and EGM denies himself trying to kill off Phone 7, or just at least deny himself, period, I guess.
The
now you're Crystal Maiden on Ake with the buyback. And in the end, it's
arrow hit S4 though. That's a long arrow, but they've got no follow-up damage for it, unfortunately.
Loda also joined the fight, by the way, and he's looking for more. He Mana Voids AOI 2000, still at half HP. Loda grossly overestimating how much damage he can do. Now he retreats. So in the end, they lost 3, they bought back on 1, and Speed Gaming lost what, 2 there? It was 1-1.
So 3 for 1?
Alliance lost 1 and bought back on that, and then Speed Gaming lost 3.
Okay, sounds about right.
But they got the tower, I think.
I just went to check who got the tower, but it doesn't actually say because it was too long ago. So
yeah, they just ran past the tower, so I assume it went to the creeps. Because I think Alliance was busy fighting.
Either creeps or like a hero, maybe just snuck a right click in. But
and Envy's got 2,000 gold, and Loda did come to the fight. That's the thing. Loda's actually down like close to 2,000 gold on on Envy right now.
The Midas factor, and Anti-Mage, I guess, got forced out of his lane for a little bit. He comes back bottom, TP's there, but he's already low on mana, so he's not going to be able to come to any fights that break out. He's going to go for that Vlad's here, which I like, because this is a late game farm game. Getting the Vlads up is the way to play that. And Enigma going Necro Book.
This is an early game, end the game item from him.
He would never get this item normally, except who actually gets Helm of the Dominator on this Radiant team? Helm of the Dominator is just blatantly stupid against this item because it's a 1,800 gold investment to counter a 5k gold investment if you get Necro 3. So it's not a good item to get, but Alliance have no Helm of the Dominator bio. A support hero
maybe a carry Abaddon or something, but even then you get like a Mask of Madness, so I don't know.
Batrider maybe after his 4-staff can.
It's still very awkward though.
Yeah, it's either
like you want your Boots of Travel, you want your BKB.
Yeah, the supports are so poor; they're going to have such a long time before they could get it. Batrider's maybe the only one we can look at getting it in the next 5-10 minutes.
What a weird game! Only 6 kills, 17 minutes in. Speed standing strong with about a 6k gold lead, around a 2k experience lead. They're smoked up and heading through their own jungle. Envy just constantly on the opposite side of the map from his own team. Now up to 2,600 gold. You mentioned the Desolator. I do imagine we'll see that first. There's no Black Hole right now. There's no Song, but they're still heading top, looking for Loda. Loda's got to be careful. Is his game sense good enough? Now Moonlight Shadow. That'll be the way to initiate here. An arrow to start from Bone 7 is one way to do it, but a net would be the easy one. And Loda, if the net hits, he's too late. Now he's caught. Can they burst him down in time? The Malefice, Boat Torrent. See ya, Loda. And they get a very well-executed kill.
And that was as Alliance was smoked up looking for a rotation of their own. They had the Batrider top with the Crystal Maiden, but suddenly it's like, oh, we don't want to really smoke into this because Speed Gaming have everyone there ready to go.
Iisama is up to 3,000 gold. He just got his Lincoln Sphere 4.5 minutes ago.
571 gold per minute, which at this stage of the game, when you're not pushing that many towers, haven't taken Roshan, is pretty ridiculous for a hero like Weaver.
He's like 100 gold per minute ahead of a 10-minute Battlefield anti-mage with free farm.
Weaver has no splash farm, there's no flash farming. There's no Rival's Greed. There's no just way to clear. Like you don't have a blink anti-mage where you just cleave down neutral stacks. This is just straight up single target farming. Like,
you know what's
really
crazy
impressively
is that 3.5 minute Midas has already paid for itself. Like just forget about the experience. Like just purely gold wise. It's like what, 10 to 15 minutes to pay for itself?
I think maybe a little longer. I'm not sure the exact math.
Well, it's been 15. I'm pretty sure it's paid for itself.
190. You need to use it 10 times. Yeah. So 1,000 seconds. Yeah. How many minutes is that?
Let's alt that and find out.
That's about 15, 18 minutes or something.
Yeah. Well, you get a little bit more gold, a little bit less depending on which creeps you take over.
The gold's always the same.
Well, yeah, but if you use it on a creep that gives you less, you get more effective.
Yeah, you're losing gold whenever you use it as well, I guess.
With that being said, we're back inside the game, guys. Let's hop back into it. So another quick pause and a quick resume. And there is a Hastering top.
Deso coming on Weaver. He's got double Mithril Hammers. Just needs to. Oh, he hasn't got his second Mithril Hammer. Got one. He's got 600
gold. He's like 950
gold
gold away.
Yes, he's gonna have it in no time at all.
And once they get that, I think they just start sieging these last two tier 2s and even looking to go high ground. Because at that point, you've got Desolator, you have a Mech, you have Enigma Eidolons, and Alliance do not have much counter push.
This game may have been slow for this 20 minutes so far, but Speed Gaming are about to just go down the mid lane with 5 heroes. Once this Necro, maybe Necro 2, maybe they wait for Necro 3, they'll have that with an Aegis and a Desolator Weaver. And with that, I don't know if Alliance can actually fight them. They may just get thrown at 25 minutes into this game.
Alliance is pretty much just looking for Speed Gaming to make a huge mistake right now.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, they can't gank Envy. The only way to gank him is to blink in, force Staff to break his Linkets, and then lasso him. Or maybe use your Bane, or use your Astral and then do it. Because you're never going to get in range to Frostbite. So, yeah. All that stuff maybe just to lasso him. And then you got to kill him before he gets out of the lasso, which is just really unrealistic. So, he can split push freely, and he's played it safe regardless. The rest of the team's farming, and they're roshing with just 3 heroes. Loda, this is normally where your anti-mage is like taking the tier 1, going for a tier 2, but he can't even take the tier 1 save. And now the Aegis falls.
They leave it for
Envy. Everything for our Lord and Savior himself. Now top lane.
Praise the Lord.
Wrapping around for Bone 7. They will give the Aegis to Envy. Now, Moonlight Shadow not available for 6 seconds, but I don't know if this Hastering from EGM is quite as strong as he thinks it is. Loda blinks into a black hole. It catches 2. Arrow to fly, and it hits on Loda. He needs help. He gets X back right after the blink. Pulled back into a torrent, blown to bits. That was an absolute train wreck of a tier 2 tower dive.
I think...
What were they thinking?
Alliance were thinking, hey, we're in a lot of trouble. We're in a desperate scenario.
And the admin says feeding in spectator chat. Well, that's one way of looking at it.
Okay.
When the admin's saying that, Mr. Double doesn't normally chit-chat too much.
Normally a very
that was a bit
civil folk, Mr.
I'd
Devil.
give that, unlike the 10 being like an egregious feed to like a Lumen armlet toggle feed. Like 0 being like you get 5-man ganked across the river and they smoke. And
that play was a 4. That's all I've got to say.
That's not quite a 10.
That was a 4.
That was a mini feed. So now speed gaming. I guess the question is, like, sure, they're farming really well. They keep on killing Loda. They're ahead on gold. They're ahead on experience. What's their game plan for breaking the base, gods? What else do they need? Do they need items to do it? Just farm until you're all 6 slotted? Like, what's the
Deso Necro 3, I think, and you just go straight high ground. Yeah.
Well, they already have the Deso.
They've got Necro 3 and 100 gold, so yeah, they pretty much got it right now. And I don't think...
Look at Loda. Loda can't farm anymore because then you can just come kill him if he stays.
I think it's a literal just march down the middle lane with 5 heroes. The only thing they have to worry about is Batrider picking someone off, but...
With the Aegis on Envy. And with the Lincolns. I mean, they can't go on him.
He'll be looking for a Conqueror as my guess.
And there's always a Naga to disengage.
Yep.
It's like the self-reinforcing system. Because you got to get the Naga, and you really can't ignore the Weaver. You can't really ignore the Kunkka. I mean, he does have Blink and Force, so in theory he can catch one hero. But even if that does happen, that's going to be it. Like, they're not going to chase other heroes down and kill them unless speed gaming is diving the base. So yeah, I think it's like you said. Meanwhile... Solo kill
CM, gonna find Loda
at
here.
The secret shop, and he might steal the Ancients here as well.
Loda wanted to stack it. He was waiting for a stack, but Weaver unfortunately gonna cause him some problems. He's just gonna straight up kill this double stack though.
And he will kill stack, but still the damage was done. And that is the one other thing for Alliance is their supports are fairly useless already.
Oh, Enigma's caught it here in the bottom river. He's got the Necro 3. He's going to summon there. Gets hit by an OD ultimate. Actually gets flame break to the high ground. But look at the damage output.
He's almost getting a kill of Bulldog. The Necro minions doing what work they can. S4 though. They're clean them up. In the end, he retreats out. Meanwhile, Envy, Moonlight Shadow deployed. Now diving on EGM, looking for the kill here. He's going to immediately borrow time TP out. Nicely played. But he does have to run. So they lose their Enigma.
Yep.
Black Hole's pulling out anyway, and we'll have it soon. And I still think at that point you just start going high ground.
Yeah, for Alliance, they just got to buy whatever time they can. They want to try wait out the Aegis. They also just want to try counter push, and they know that this push coming with the Necro 3 is very, very soon. Oh, Envy
just taking a ton of damage. Little song, but there's no Black Hole. There could be a Torrent boat combo. They'll catch 2 with the Torrent. Where's that follow-up though? S4, he's aphotic shielded up. Envy is overextended. He will barely retreat out. No, he's actually pushed to safety by the flame break, but that was real close. And now they actually end up popping the Aegis. Now they'll come right back in. Your Enigma just now respawning. There's still a tier 1 up mid. Here comes the boat at long last. S4. It's not going to hit him at all. The cleave comes through, breaks the shield, but that's it. Now a Black Hole just for Loda. The living legend falls again. Now your score 9-3. And Envy marching down mid, straight past the sentries. Hunting for kills. Arrow to fly on the mark. EGM gets caught, but he got off the borrowed time at the last possible second. Will not matter. EGM down. And Speed Gaming looking up.
They may have just used their Aegis, but they'll get at least a tier 2 tower out of this, possibly a bit more. They also de-ward 4 sentries using the Necro minion, so that's actually another great use of them. It's going to force Alliance.
Big value.
Yeah, Alliance going to have to just keep buying more and more sentries, more and more dust, and tier 2 tower goes with these. I think they start chipping away at this tier 3 even. Nope, they're going to back off. Okay.
I mean, ultimately, Alliance is playing a turtle split push game.
Yeah.
But their anti-mage can't actually like split push against the Weaver.
He gets.
Or any of these heroes, if they catch him, can at least like do a lot of damage, zone him a bit out of the lane, and if 3 or 4 are there, they can kill him with ease. And like he can't sit in the lane against Envy. Envy just drives him back to Fountain after like
yeah.
This is looking worse and worse for Alliance, I gotta say.
Oh yeah, and they can kill, like, they use the Moonlight Shadow to initiate on him. They have ways of just, like, you can't really counter push too reliably.
What are you gonna do, pull him a gem? You know?
Yeah.
At some point, it's like your anti-mage just can't safely get farm, and I think they're well past that point.
Well, big items coming the way of Speed Gaming. Maelstrom on this offlane Mirana, who was really far behind earlier. Your Naga Siren picks up a gem for the team. Your Kunkka has got a drums now.
Oh, Sing hasted up, head full of steam. There's your X, your Torrent to fly as well, and Bulldog tries to force staff away, but no such luck. He'll take a fall. Make it 11-3 3, 25 minutes in. Speed Gaming in command.
Dire's middle tower
And all of a
is under
sudden,
attack.
more items about to come out.
Yes. It's getting scary. Enigma UI sitting on a big chunk of gold. What have Alliance actually got coming for them? They've got a Yasha on loaded, but apart from that, I don't see much at all, LD.
I would love to see like an Assault Caress even for this Enigma. Just a nice item to help you push to 5-man more effectively. I mean, it's not particularly good against Mana Burn or against VOD, but just for breaking the base, some more minus armor. I guess the point is they can really get whatever they want. Even just multiple hearts would be fine. And they get 1 Reaver on Envy. We'll have to see if they get more. Meanwhile, the Rat Dota is attempted by Alliance. But,
yeah.
I mean, ultimately, they are buying some time for their anti-mage, but Loda needs... He still probably needs, like, what, a good 10 to 15 minutes before he's really able to fight. Because at this point, Envy's going to be 6-slotted before you are. You just kind of have to accept that.
He needs the Manta. He also needs the Butterfly. He also probably needs a Heart. It's just
Arrow to fly from the high ground. Bone 7 catches out S4 once again. And S4, just not his game.
No.
I don't feel like this OD is particularly his hero, although I'm not sure that's why they're losing, but...
It seems like just a drafting strategy kind of game. This game, I don't feel, has come down to individual plays and just any sort of even team fight coordination. I think just Speed Gaming showing that they've got the better all-around strategy prepared.
Yeah, and well, Loda getting caught out by an arrow, but there's no follow-up. Should be okay. Blinks away. Envy off the mark with the swarm.
He leapt out.
Still going to chase. He'll keep on having blink. Should be fine. The thing is, Loda doesn't want to just leave. He wants to farm these camps on the way out. No, I guess he's going to leave.
He's feeling probably very threatened, knowing that like a Moonlight Shadow could be used to initiate. There's a number of different annoying
things. Look at Envy going to work on him. The swarm still cooling down. Loda, there's a Blake lasso. He used the Force Staff to break it, but can he get the lasso off in time? He does, but it's the damage here. Crystal Maiden brings Envy to half, but that's about it, and he just scoots away. Now your song. The counter initiation is here. A long-range flame break trying to bail EGM out. He has a borrowed time, but they'll Malefice, they'll arrow set up to start. They don't even need a borrowed times there now. He will take a fall, and now... sorry, that was Aki taking a fall. Now EGM does. So that's 2 supports down. And at the end, Alliance, they do keep Loda alive, but that's really about it.
Weaver just 2-shot the Crystal Maiden. That's a worry.
He's building a heart. Like, this is without another damage item.
Yeah.
After the heart, he'll get one, I imagine.
Loaded already up to the top lane to start counter-pushing things.
Yeah, I'd like to see him even just creep-skipping or something. Like, anything to draw them back more, but he's just in terror of them constantly ganking him.
I feel Speed Gaming maybe being a bit too conservative. They got the fast Necro 3 on the Enigma. They could be putting a lot more pressure.
The base.
Yeah, I think they could have already been sieging and maybe not getting Raxus by now, but at least chipping away at the tier 3 tower and forcing Alliance to defend. Because if Anti-Mage is off counter-pushing, that's where you say, okay, Anti-Mage isn't here, we actually do get Raxus.
Yeah, and even if you just force them to TP back, you've certainly done your job. And frankly, I don't think this is not a game where I think Alliance can just hold without the anti-mage.
Yeah. Like
some games you run a forward protect 1, you could just sit and turtle all day long, but their team's a bit lacking in terms of counter push. They'll go in now on Loda, but this was a bait. This was a trap. The arrow comes in. Who's trapping who is the question. I suppose the boat comes through from Sing Sing. Now he tries to run with the haste rune up. He's gonna live. And AUI 2000 perhaps preparing for a black hole. No, he'll retreat out in from the backside. Say hello to Eternal Envy. Going to work. Bulldog 4-staffs himself to the low ground, but you can't save everybody. EGM Maleficed up. Almost sure to fall. No, they decide to go elsewhere. They're hunting Loda. He does blink directly into Envy, but doesn't have the damage to bring him down. Not really the best focus fire from Speed Gaming. They could have had the Abaddon in there.
They were showing mercy on EGM, apparently.
They could have just focused the Abaddon and killed him, but
absolutely
got greedy and went for the anti-mage.
If that arrow lands, I guess they do get the kill, which is what they were thinking. And they needed Envy to get the kill with the arrow landing. And I guess Envy's like, okay, we'll take a chance, maybe get Loda here. But they push high ground now. This is what I feel they could have been doing maybe 5 minutes ago. They've got a Desolator on Weaver. This is with all 5 of Alliance alive, bear in mind. And,
there's no way to kill him now. Like, I don't actually think there's... and because now, even if you do manage to break Lincoln's and lasso him, he doesn't... I don't think they can kill him during that lasso anymore.
Well, Speed Gaming are going to maybe go for another Roshan as well, which is respawning in about 30 seconds time. So there's no big rush for them. The Anti-Mage still, like, he has a Manta Style maybe, but he's still at least one more big item on top of the Manta Style away from being able to fight Speed Gaming.
Well, Eternal Envy has mortal gods. He failed to use his Midas as quickly as possible, but only by about 3 seconds. So it's okay. He's still a demigod, I guess.
That's like getting an A- on the test. Your Chinese parents will not be happy.
Yeah, it's either an F or it's an A.
Yeah.
There is no in between.
Alright, well, Roshan is now the goal for Speed Gaming. Long 5-second arrow comes in from Bone 7, and well, This will be easy peasy for them.
And the question is, do they get aggressive here after picking up this Aegis?
They've got to, sure.
What are you waiting for?
I thought they would last Aegis. Like, last time they had Aegis, Necro 3 up, that to me was like a... They could have tried, at least tried. I mean, I guess you don't want to just try and maybe fail. I feel like they could have succeeded in pushing the high ground, but with this second Aegis, I'm not sure what stops them.
What were the Dota 2 lounge shots in this match, by the way?
It was very one-sided.
It's like 17 to 83. Who were your rares on, Kawa? Oh, Kawa. Kawa ran out of rares, guys. That's why he didn't bet on this.
And he knows my policy on uncommons.
Yeah, not allowed. Not in this house.
Yeah.
Not
anyone betting uncommon gets kicked out.
He's trying to buy Gods off with juice, and Gods is a sucker for the juice, guys. So
I missed out yesterday. I fell asleep when I was...
What a pesky thing it is. Well, 31 minutes in, we have a whole lot to talk about. It's a 15 kill lead for Speed Gaming, a 15k gold lead. But Loda has started to farm. He has his Manta style up. I mean, ultimately, I don't feel like just having a farmed anti-mage is enough. They have a lineup that can deal with that. They have just a lot of physical damage, a decent focus fire lineup, but oh, mid lane, they'll go in on Envy. They started with the 4-step. Now the Mono Void comes up, but they don't have enough damage to kill him because they used the Mono Void and the lasso.
I think he thought he needed
Mono Void before to break the Lincolns, but they didn't actually need to. And now Envy getting caught out again by the fresh sight from S4, but still too tanky and still has the friggin' Aegis. There's your ult from your OD. Hammer equals drop, 1 down. Call it 2. The black hole comes in, but it's not enough. And all of a sudden, this bend but don't break from Alliance. I don't know if it's good enough. S4 on the run. It's going to be 4 dead. It's a buyback from your Naga. Still has Song, and immediately onto S4 they go. Nice defensive Astral, but he is still not getting out of here. Might have a 4-stab. Nope. Not going to survive. And now, I think at long last, despite what looked like a really bad fight, Speed Gaming come out on top.
Yeah, the Mana Void was... I think he tried to use it to break the Lincoln, but it was the full staff had already broken it, so they kind of used the two at the same time, and Mana Void
they needed the damage. Ultimately, he's still at Aegis, right?
Yeah, I think it was a bad idea regardless for Alliance, but it seemed like they knew they're kind of approaching the end here. Middle Rex is going to go down. It looks like they're going to swing top as well. They're not even getting the range Rex at mid, but Alliance still, they're saying it's not over yet. They've got Loda split pushing the top lane, and they're
losing 2 lanes.
They're trying to bring it back. Yeah.
This lane of Rex, there's no glyph available. The Necrobook not up, but I think Envy could just plink away. Even if he dies, he's got a buyback time lapse in, and the Rex is down. That's 2 lanes of Rex to nil. They even force a Loda TP out now. They'll pop the Moonlight Shadow and look to retreat. And Alliance, they got to be feeling the heat here.
Yeah, they I guess cut their losses a little bit. They've still got range Raxes alive, but 2 separate melee Raxes. This is tough, and this is Speed Gaming without like a couple big items which are now going to be coming out. Your Mirana's got a Lincoln's, Enigma, Shiva's Guard, and an Ultimate Ult. Holy shit.
Let us not forget that Bone 7 at one point this game was level 2, when the enemy Crystal Maiden, who was not getting levels or farm, couldn't even pull for the first 5 minutes, was level 4.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Bone 7 is sitting on a 93 CS and decent items, and like you said, Envy is virtually not quite maxed. I guess the nice thing with Weaver is you don't need boots. You don't need boots to travel. You can just buy back time lapse, but he's getting closer and closer to being 6-slotted.
Yep. Spam that Shikuchi to get himself around, and he's going to be in the mid lane. Needs to be careful. There's 5 Alliance heroes here.
No initiation just yet. The Shiva's is available.
No detection.
There's no black hole right now, though. The Song of the Siren is online, however, if they need to use it, and they will. Pylai die. He cancels it too early. The boat isn't really going to do a whole lot. It does catch S4, and now Loda netted up for the time being. Envy giving chase. He's feeling strong and looking for kills. The cleave comes through. Almost finishes Loda. Not quite able to do so. Now EGM popping the borrowed time. Ake going for the big plays. And hitting nothing but air there.
Got vision of S4. He's going to Astral himself just to dodge a torrent here, but this is certain death for him. Meanwhile, Mirana kills the Abaddon. OD drops the ulti, but it's too little too late.
No mercy. No mercy from EE Sama.
They've got 1 move left, and that's just to type GG, and Bulldog does it.
Bulldog, I think he needs to hit the books, gods. He's been studying Eternal Envy. He's been studying... this team, but he has not figured them out yet.
Isama, being the god that he is, he just laid like red herrings all along for Bulldog and
toyed with him, really.
Alliance could have gone for the Bulldog Nature's Prophet. It wasn't banned out. They went for a Batrider. They decided it's not going to be S4. They got Batrider OD, and from there I feel they just weren't in their comfort zone. Like having Bulldog, I'm not saying he's a bad Batrider, but it's obviously not like his go-to Nature's Prophet.
And I think even bigger than what Bulldog was playing was what S4 was playing.
Yeah.
On an OD mid, I know he's played it before, but like barely ever. He's always on like a tempo control, like a puck. The mag back when mag used to be more of a common pick. We've even seen like Dragon Knight once in a while, or just a Batrider, something that can control the flow of the game, set up kills, and create space for Eternal Envy and Bulldog. But just
it doesn't even stop there.
Sorry, Loda and Bulldog.
It doesn't even stop there. EGM's on an Abaddon. That's not a hero that
really
suits his style. Like
he bought wards this game. Like
that's outrageous. That's back to the drawing books, Alliance. Come on now.
Jesus. Well, I do want to point out. I love Loda, but that was a Loda draft.
It was Loda was the only one on like a hero that he normally plays.
Loda's like, I got my hero, guys.
Aki does play a bit of CM, so I guess that's a hero that is an Aki hero. But so he drafts for him and his best buddy Aki, but everyone else gets thrown under the Kaipi bus, which is speed gaming. Well, not so much the bus; it's the speed racer.
It's more of a tortoise, but it's a very impactful tortoise.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. It is a best of 3. Stay tuned. The winner of this moves on to face Empire. That match will be tomorrow.